Good morning, my friends. How are you doing? Oh, I hope you're really great. Okay. All right. So this video is about records book. So it's very important for you to start writing, some information at your records book as soon as you start doing any work for the organization, as soon as you start learning about our program, to have proper information, details that will be important for you. All right. So you can even write, we watched the first videos on. If you don't remember exactly the day, put about, this or that day, or beginning of the month, mid of the month, or something like that. Okay? And for family, so it's you can do spouse and family in the same book with the basics, of course, of things that they will be involved at, not private things of you spouse, but things that the family gonna be part of. Okay, so you're gonna have one for your own family. Okay, so you can even put simple sentences like, oh, I had a meeting, the spouse had a meeting, the couple have a meeting. Okay, and that's a family meeting. Those two different meetings, you can write it down. All right. You can also have a records book if you are business owners, that the business is approved by the organization, of course, that someone else will continue on that book. That will be the department directors, okay? The people that will be assuming will be the new owners. The 10 department directors will be the new owners of that site, such as educational site, some companies and things like that, okay? Companies that offer food, all those companies that offer food gonna plant food. If they plant food, they need 10 department directors that gonna be the new owners, okay? Also, if you are a team leader willing to be a department director, that you're really interested, really enthusiastic. If you don't know much, but it's something that you really want, you still have time to learn, right? Okay, so for the team leader in one of the areas, gonna give that records book to the following person in charge, the department director of the area you're gonna be working. And if you're gonna be the department director yourself, you're gonna keep the book and keep writing. Okay? All right. I said that separately because some people might have lots of experience in one area, so they are helping first on the area they already have experience, but they actually want to learn and be a team leader or a department director in another area. So that's fine. They still have time to learn. We all can learn really fast. Running, working out, right? A lot, and eating healthy. We have lots of time, and it will be really easy for us to learn things. Okay? For all city, county, state, and national parks, if anyone wants to also start, they can go ahead and start, because they're all gonna be having edible gardens, because we need food for the festivals, right, to offer, and also to the staff members. And so in the same way, the person that is starting now as a park leader, for example, will give that records book to the following person in charge. Okay, that can be one book for all the departments, or all the 10 department directors, or one for the park itself. Depends how busy they are, how big they are, how many things will be added or changed. Okay? All right, so part 2, which items you have to include and how you're going to include them as you write. The first thing is to make a good title. You can even do in pencil for now, black pencil, that's easy to erase. You're welcome. Okay, so the other thing is the first page. That's the most important because I've seen many things don't have a clear, proper first page. So you're gonna write the title according to the activities you're gonna be offering. Okay, if there is, for example, for an educational site that can combine with something that you're doing, or for a state park, that's fine. Use that same records book for all the activities of that educational site, of all the activities, all the partners of that state or national park, for example. Okay, because that's the beginning. You're gonna be meeting at that location anyways, at least twice a week, let's say, right? And do your records every day. You go there, to do anything, any area, make your records. So, for example, an educational site already have 10 interested department directors. So you're gonna record there. Have the book available, locked in a proper location, that all these 10 interested department directors can write their notes, okay? And they will be called now park leaders or educational site leaders or leader of this area, leader of that department. They can use those words for now, okay? To use the word department director, it's only at the organization launching day and after. Okay, when the organization gonna approve each one from each area. Okay, the school's gonna approve the best teacher, for example, for this or that department. Okay, or if it's for a state park, people that are working, staff members can vote, the residents that are working there can also vote, and the organization gonna choose the best one at the organization launching day. So everywhere, residential community, educational site or park, any area that we're planting food or trees, right? We are going to have the leader and the assistant. That are the two words we're going to use for now. For example, park leader, team leader. Park assistant, team leader, right? Assistant of the team leader. And then at the organization day, we're gonna see which one is really the best, the leader or the assistant. Okay, for everywhere, residential communities, all educational sites, everywhere. All right, because that's the best way we're finding. Two for each. You can already go ahead and already choose, or if it's not many, just nominate yourself. If it's not many interested ones, you already can nominate yourself. That's fine. And at the organization launching day, we are going to give the names of everyone for each position. So for educational sites, if it's more than two different married person interested for that position, you can do a vote with the other teachers, right? Do something that's the most sustainable. Involve the students if you think that's necessary, okay? And the principal, the owner of that school, for example, can also give a good vote, all right? We want people that have the most points, peace points. Okay, and how are you going to do that? You can be based on our Google survey for conference. That's a good base because I already have the points there. It's in a simple way done. We are going to do in another way afterwards. We're going to have a peace app for families, everyone to put their points. But until the organization launching day, that's what we're going to use, the Google survey, okay? So for everyone that is interested on this position, interested department director, okay, so you can ask them to fill fill the Google survey that I'm posting here, the link at our videos, YouTube videos. That's a very easy way. Easily you can add the points and already choose the best two. One to be the leader, one to be the assistant. Okay? In locations that you don't have enough people or don't need the 10 departments, just need 2, for example, for now, until the organization launching day. City park, state park, or an adult education, for example. So you can start with the 2 that you already have. As you're going to be inviting more people to come, for the positions of being the department director, interested person to be the department director, and that person assistant, those 2 positions for each department, you are going to invite everyone, all teachers, for example, or all staff members of that park. If it's a park, any of these 4 public parks, you're going to invite the list of volunteers and also people that already work there, the staff that already work there, and even the director of that park. Okay, so we give opportunity to everyone. Then you're going to set up a meeting and already put everything. Everyone was invited on this day, and then you put the people that came. If it's a school, you're not going to write everyone's name if it's too many, okay? But you are going to say that you invite everyone which day. You're going to keep a copy of that letter, print, and place a copy at your records book. Put the glue only by the inner part of the book, right, on the left side, and leave the right side and everything else without glue, because then the person see that you did not cover anything. You're just using the records book for that need, So just make one line of white glue, okay, on the left side. Okay, so invite everyone to the meeting. So you're going to say, and you're going to ask them, you give 2 days or so, you're going to ask them to study about the department they want to be a department director or a park leader. So people that are changing positions after, that's fine. They can be the assistant for the new position, and for now, if they have experience, they're going to be the leader for now. Okay? All right. Okay, so you already invite everyone, gave about 2 days for everyone to study about the department, the things that we already posted, all the videos. We have more than 80 videos. Until April 1st, we have more than 80 videos posted. So they're going to check according to the department they are part of. They have to check all the videos related to that department. And the other thing they're going to do is already do that online Google survey. So at the meeting, if you have exactly 2 people, that would be wonderful, right? If you have more than 2 people for that same department, you can talk to them, see how you can arrange right there during the meeting. So this way, you are going to talk to them. Say, look, everybody, we got this department, 4 people interested, but on this other one, we have nobody. Can we get, compromise and, do this for now and, until the organization launching day. So you're going to talk to them, because if they're really interested in that site, they can do that. Or instead, if you already have 4 people for one department, that person that still wants to do can do it in their location. For example, let's say they have 4 teachers interested to be the department director of community gardens and agroforestry, for example. So instead of having 4, 2 of them gonna be volunteer their own residential community, for example. Okay, so you're gonna be talking to the ones that are really interested. All right? And when they come to sign in, they already write how many total points they got from the Google survey. Okay? From the Google survey. I'm going to see if I have 2 Google surveys so we don't mess up with the answers, right? Because that the main thing is for you to have local answers. So I'm going to see if I have that on time. Just keep checking, okay? But for now, you can already have the meeting and look or make one yourself. Google survey. If I don't post it on time, make your own and use those items. Yeah, I think that will be the best for now, because then it's one less thing for me to do it. Okay, so you're gonna copy and make your own Google survey, with the points we get there. So you're gonna have the total points, and of course the person that has most total points in the area will be the interested department director, and the second person going to be the assistant, okay? And their spouses, as soon as possible, they can start joining. Okay, when you invite everyone, all the teachers, for example, if it's an educational site, or all the staff members and volunteers, if it's a public park, you're already going to ask those people to bring their spouse and their families. So you're going to have an idea, because maybe you never saw them before, right? Because many people are doing things like that before. Go to volunteer without their spouse, or their children never came. They were volunteering, for example, when the kids were at school. That's fine. But bring the family. Have a meeting set up, if it's possible, in a good time that, of course, the spouse and the family, children, teens, young adults will be able to join, to participate, and grandparents if they're already living together. Why is that? Because the whole family going to be knowing about what's going on. Okay? All right, so I think that is good for all owners and for parks and lands to be covered, because also preserves, right? Preserves that belong to the government or private areas, private owners at this time. If they need a tree planting, they have to start, or community gardens, right? For some locations are obvious that they need, just a few, not everything, not all the 10 departments, I want to say. Okay, so they start, have a meeting first, give 2 days of notice, because that's important. 2 whole days, right? 48 hours, let's say. I think that's enough. And people can get organized. If you think you need 4 days, that's fine too. Do it 4 days. But the main thing is for everyone to be there. Like for state parks, national parks that have volunteers and staff members, I think makes sense to give 4 days, so people are well organized. You can do it on a Saturday, children are not going to school, so you can have everyone present, okay? But also make sure they can have buses, or because they're far away, right? Or they can have vehicles just for this first meeting. That's fine until they get organized, okay? People that are willing to be the department director or the assistant also need to live close by. So they have, the idea is for them to move in up to 2 weeks. They can get the position for now in up to 2 weeks. They have to move to that location, because the main thing is for us to don't have family cars anymore. That's really not sustainable, not positive, not needed, right? Not good for us and for the environment. We need to work out and don't pollute so much, and have junkyards of family cars. So the base is to have 2 weeks for moving time. So, for example, if it's a state and national park, you're going to invite the volunteers, the staff members, and already said on a letter, the basic things, check online for this basic information. One of them that's very important is this one, to live close by. Close by, I think it's sustainable up to 40 minutes running. I think more than that's too much, because I run, many mornings, to go to the library and come back. So I think up to 40 or so, depends of course on the age of their children, or if they are all teenagers and how old are them. All this counts. People need to really see how is that sustainable along the years, right? Because it's going to be 10 years after the organization launching days. They're assuming that position for 10 years. So that's very important to see what's really sustainable for people to be getting that position. Or they just, already be clear, I'm helping now until someone else come and get that position. But I'm not doing for the 10 years, okay? Or unless there's really no one else and the organization choose that person because that person is really the most capable and the most trusted by the organization. So this can happen. But we are trying the best we can for people to already see, their own capacities and to be sustainable as well, for them to already be offering themselves to all positions. And for an educational site, the same way, because we have people in many places that drive to another city, drive even for 30, 40 minutes. So they also need, if they really like that school, they have to move in 2 weeks, or they can do the other way around. They're going to teach close to the house they have. So these details are very important. Try to put a few things on your invitation letter, like those items, these most important items, so everyone will know. Okay? All right. So thank you so much for all your interest, all your work, your enthusiasm, your happiness doing these things, because we can, be in a position to inspire people, right, in a happy way. Come on, my friends, let's do this. Look how awesome, this great opportunity, and start talking, and then you send your letter, and then you do your paperwork, everything very well organized. Okay, so the other important thing is that this letter gonna be sent in a most sustainable way. How is that? In an email for everyone, all the teachers of that educational site, for example, or residents of that residential community, or volunteers and staff members. Okay. If you have, for example, volunteers that are very old and they do not use email, that's fine, print and give it to them. Or a residential community that have many elders and they do not use emails, that's fine, go ahead and print them. Okay, try to print 2 notice letters in one piece of printing paper, the regular printing paper, okay? All right, because that will be sustainable as well. Okay, so, and for people that are owners but they don't live there as a vacation house, make sure they also get that information so they can join, or already give their answer on an email if they're moving or not, have an idea. Okay, so you're gonna ask them, are you moving or not? For people that do not live here at this time, please already let us know your position. Okay, so in 4 days, they're going to have an idea. Of course, they can have a better decision afterwards if they did not have a notice information before that they have to choose one house they live at. Okay, so be the one that will guide them, and already you can also send a few links that's related, the most important links that's related to that situation on the case for those elders, because they open up their email, they already have that, 2 or 4 videos that they have to watch, or 8 videos they have to watch, because maybe they didn't have an email notice, or no one talked to them yet about the organization work. Okay? All right. So I think that's all about the records book. I always said that because you have to write it down, everything. Okay, so one more thing. If by the day you're inviting everyone, we don't have a Google survey for different department directors, go ahead and do your own based on the conference. But if we already posted one, so please use ours. Okay? All right. So you just check, by the titles, you're going to have all the records. The other thing that's for everyone that wants to be a department director, it's very important for you to have all our videos listed. So it's about 80 videos. Get a place to write them down at your family records book, or at the place that you're going to be volunteering, because then it's going to be easy for you to find them, the location, and if we already have that subject or not, and new ones that are posted. Subscribe, right? So you will receive all the new videos that we're posting, then you don't have to go to YouTube all the time. Okay? And as soon as we start having our conference, we're going to have the updated videos. So up to the moment, the videos have my pictures, right? Or the orange, most of them, right? The orange background. And for the new ones, you're going to have another pattern, so you're sure those are the updated forms. So going to be all combined. So that will be a new way. And then you don't have to look up the old videos anymore. You're just going to go by the new videos made. That will be 1 or 2 for each department. Because some are really, like the family department, it's really, really long. And that will be 2 of them. And also for the Department of Community Gardens and Agroforestry, I believe we're going to make 2. One for the community gardens itself, and one with more focus on the agroforestry, state and national parks, and things like that. Preserved areas. Okay? All right, thank you. All right, so now we have the last description of things you have to do on your records book. So here are the proper order you have to follow when you write in the notes. So everyone will have the same until the organization launching day on this proper order. Okay? If by any chance we change that at the organization launching day, and then you're going to see the new version. But until then, that's the way we're going to use. All right? And the items are. So, number 1 is the title. The title, if it's a family records book, you're going to say spouse gathering, and then you're going to put all the information. Or you're going to say family gathering or meeting. We are choosing which word would be the most positive. But for now, you can choose either word, meeting or gathering. If it's a school, you can say school first gathering for interested department directors and assistants. Or you're going to say, if it's a school or a park, right, you're going to say daily report. So those are just a few titles that you can use according to what you're doing. Another title, it's like the invitation letter. So invitation letter sent to. Then you're going to say, for example, staff members and volunteers. Okay? That you can do too. And then you're going to say first meeting with the people that you invited. All right? Now it's number 2. the second item. Alright, the number 2 is location. So we're gonna say university this, a school that, national park this. Gonna put the name there. And the address with everything. Street, city, county, and country. Okay? And then number 4. The time. Number 5 is the meeting leader and assistant. For example, you can say the owner, and for assistant, the spouse of that leader. So the leader can start being the owner. If it's a state of or national park, can be the director, right? The person or the person that is most present at that park. I think that's better, because directors sometimes they're all the way in a city and they are directors of many state parks, for example, or city parks, right? So let's put the person that's most present, that knows the most about that park, being one of these 4 public parks. Okay? I think that makes sense, because that person that knows the most gonna know, of course, about the staff members, the volunteers, who comes, who do not come, who are on time, and all these details. And number 6, the participants. If it's a family, okay, so if it's a family living together, you're gonna write everyone's name right there, their first name. Okay, if it's an educational site or a park that there are many people, you're just gonna put a few that are the most important, the department directors, or people that are most important for that public park. Okay. Number 7, you're gonna put the total amount all separate. So for example, total after the main participants, that's a number 6. You're going to write total number. Number you can abbreviate. Just put N, the abbreviation of number. And the dot with a dash. Total number of adults, total number of children and teens. So when you start in your meeting, you ask them to raise their hands. Because some children, they're big. You kind of think they're teens, and some teens are so big you can think they're adults, but they're not adults yet. So just ask them to raise their hand right at the 5 minutes of this beginning of this meeting. Okay, and then number 8 are the report sentences. So you're not going to write, of course, report sentence. You're just going to put small, we used to say bullet points. Okay, bullet points for the things that are most important of that meeting. But we are saying, okay, so you have to make sure you remember all the items you have to talk about. So you have 2 options to be easy, because people have to sign. At the end of the meeting, they have to sign that records book. Okay, so an easy way you can do that is to already write them very softly with black pencil a day before, or even 2 days before, everything that you have to go over on that meeting. Okay? Because then going to be easy. You already know, or have on a side a piece of paper. But if you already have written there, so during the meeting, your assistant, while you're leading the meeting and talking about each item you have to go through, your assistant, it's already writing any detail, if anything change, in pen. Okay? You can also if the assistant is really efficient, right there. But we want a very good handwriting, clear and beautiful. So what that means, so for everyone to be able to read what it's written there. So the best way up to the moment, I think, is to use the black pencil very lightly, and your assistant gonna write on the top. Okay, And it's better to write less sentence but very neat and clearly, instead of writing too many details in a hurry. Okay, all right. So for example, you're talking about who's gonna be the department director of the community guards agroforestry, for example, or security. Let's get a different one for this example. All right, so this person said this person said that, this person said this and that and this and that. You don't have to write about everything. Just get what the two people, most important items were said for that, so we are, because sometimes we have a meeting and it leads to a conclusion. So a few things might be important, but a few things are not, because some people, sometimes they say things that are not really objective, or they're repeating what someone already said. So your system needs to be really good, okay? And you can always ask for a moment, okay? The assistant can ask for a moment. A moment, please. Okay, so she can finish that sentence before the meeting continues. Okay, because many people are not professional doing this. Professionals can keep, things on their mind while they're typing. But we're not typing, we're writing, okay, on the records book. Okay, because it's important to get the signatures right after. Okay, all right. So, the assistant gonna raise the hand up and say aloud for everyone to hear. A moment, please. And the person gonna complete, the assistant, the spouse, right, of that owner, for example, gonna complete, or chosen teacher, for example, gonna complete that important sentence, one or two, and then said, you can go ahead, go on, right? Be clear again in loud voice for everyone to hear. They can continue the meeting. Okay, actually she's gonna be talking to the meeting leader, right? His or her spouse. Okay, so the leader always will ask, anything else to be said? Okay, anything else important, of course, right? To be said. So no, all right, go to the next department, all the departments one by one this way. So anyone has anything to say about this department, that's really important. Okay, no, all right, go to the next. Okay, so we have 10 departments, just the basic items, because for everything else they're gonna follow rules and guidelines by the organization. All right, but for example, important things that you have to talk, if it's you really have to start now or not, if that department is really important for that location or not. Okay, for example, social assistance, right? That department do not need to be present at a state or national park, right? Not even a city or a county park. So those are the things, the main things you're going to be talking. Okay, so you don't have too many pages. It's just like a 1 page or so, the signature, okay, right there, and you complete. Okay, the number 9 are the signatures. So, of course, you're going to get the signature of the most important people, right? That includes who? So you're going to put owner and the spouse, right? If it's too many owners, you're going to decide one of them to be the leader, of course. The one that's most present, most know about the place, and that will be the one, okay? If they're like corporations, they have many owners and things like that. All right, so for this number 9, you're going to put the meeting leader, all right, and sign. And underneath the spouse, date on front of each. And then you're going to start. Okay, sorry, I forgot to say. So people gonna write their names, have initial, small initial, and the date on the front, and the city, I guess, right? The city they're at, because this way we are going to have the address and the city for proper records, where they're living at that moment. When they move, and then they move, but they didn't move yet, because we need the person writing to prove that's a real document. So that's how we're going to do it. So the interested department director gonna write their names, and then gonna put the date, and then gonna put the improvement. They're gonna write their name and date on the front. Okay, on the second line, their complete address. That's how we're gonna do. Okay, so we have 4 things. And then the spouse, the same way. Name and date in one line, address in the other. Okay, and then the following couple, right? The following interested department director. The assistants, the same way. Name and date in one line, complete address on the next line. And we go this way. I think that's the best. Okay? All right. And then after the organization, at the organization launching day and on, we're going to have more details such as documentation, the country ID and things like that. But for that's what we're going to be using. The person going to use first and last name as they have at the day. People that didn't improve their names yet, they're going to use, of course, their old name until they officially change. For example, people that had negative names or things like that. All right, or people that have too long of a names, they're gonna put the first and okay. So for people that have many different names, last names, they can put their first for sure, and the last that they want to apply to have it for real. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, because then we already have the reference. If they already have on their name, of course, if it's the second, third, fourth, some countries people have even 4 or 5 names. Okay, United States, as far as I know, most people have 3 names. All right, so they're gonna write their first name and the last name they want to have if it's part of their present name, in case they have many names. All right. Okay, so for the number 9, that's the order we're gonna do. So the interest department directors, both spouses, and then the assistant, both spouses, and then next department directors and both assistants. I'm saying very slow like that because it's a lot. I'm getting organized while I'm talking to you, but want to get it done. So please understand, be patient with me, okay? So we can have very clear information. All right, the number 10 is the stamp, the site stamp. So if it's an educational site, you're going to get the principal stamp and the site stamp. Okay, so use the most valuable ones you have at that time. Okay, the highest one. If it's a university, you're going to get the owners and the principal. Some places say dean. At the educational site too, the owner and the principal, if you have. Or if the owner is the same as the principal, you get the owner, that's the principal, and a secretary. Or the second owner, if there is another one, So you're going to see always the people that are most present and, of course, the most valuable stamps. Okay? All right, so you stamp and complete that way. Oh, improvement for something I said. The last signature is the person, the highest person of that site. Okay? So on that case, is not the person that's most present. Because you're giving, right? We are at the organization launching day that everything gonna start new. So for a park, for example, any public park, who gonna sign is the department director. I think That's the best, even that the person does not go there often, but is the most high person of that park position. Okay? If it's an educational site, will be the owners, right? That's the most important, the owner. Even that the person that was a leader of the meeting, it's one of the teachers or the principal, but the last signature needs to be the highest, and in this case will be the owner of that site. Okay, my friends, I think we did great. So here's all the basic information for records book order until the a day before the organization launching day. All right, talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Get your letter ready. Invite everyone. Give 2 or 4 days of notice, and let's start to work. Take care. Talk to you soon. Okay, the other thing that I want to say, for those that even that they're learning still but want to be the real department director at the organization launching day and after, they will already be placed on the position, even that someone else is helping them, right? And they don't know everything yet. That's fine, but they're ready on that position. Why is that? Because they're learning as we practice. And the person that's helping them, or if they're just by themselves, they're going to study more online. And the person that's helping them going to give them tips, talk about, and guide them, but they're ready on the position. So this is an improvement for what I said before. Okay? So everyone, to be very clear, everyone will already get the position they really want and will be capable on time at the organization launching day. Of course, we have these 28 weeks. People are going to continue to study, because some departments, it's a huge transformation. Everything really new. We can't have this, can't have that, and we have this, we have that, and all the rules and guidelines. Some departments have a lot of information, okay? So that's fine. But we're going to see if we can do the tests before the organization launching day the best as possible, or during the 28 weeks as well, to have an idea how much each person knows, how much they learn, okay? All right, so that's how we're going to do. Every person going to take the position they really want and really believe they're going to be capable soon as possible, okay? And others going to help them, or that person going to study more online. All right, the other thing I want to say, it's an improvement detail here. So all the young couples that did not have their children yet, they cannot be department director. Okay, they need at least 2 children, or their own, or from one of the spouses, the best as possible, of course, for each county. Okay, so that they're really married before the organization launching day. So this is very important. If the person did not marry yet, they have to get married. So if you need, you can even give 8 days notice for everyone to get married, so they already get their position in a proper way. Okay, with the best last name, they can already apply. Who is the spouse with the most positive name is the name that from now on we're going to do. And if it's possible, of course, by law in your own country for now. And on a future, they can change their names. So it's very important for people to don't leave the marriage, official marriage, for the last minute. They have to do before that important meeting. So let's do it soon. Who is really willing? Who really wants to do it? If the couple do not have children, needs to adopt at least 2. Okay? And priority going to be given to those that are already married for at least 2 years. In all educational sites, for sure. Okay, because need to be people that we know where they have been, what they have been doing. They were alone all life and just got married and now they're gonna assume the position. No, they were married, they have good relationship, they were polite, they were respectful, they were good at their neighborhood, they got good points. As I said before, they have good points. The other thing is the maximum age to assume that position, department director and assistant, is 55 years old. Why is that? Because they're going to be on that position for 10 years and then they're going to be 65 years old is a retired year. Okay, so it won't pass that. So this is until 54 is the best, until 54 years old because birthday days. Okay, so they want, yes, that's decided, until 54 years old. So they won't be working, the notice, the time for being retired comes and they cannot retire, they have to, so that doesn't work. So that's what we're gonna do, until 54 years old. And for young couples, we'll have priority those that already have their own, at least 2 children. Okay, the 2 children that were living with them, or can be from both of them or from one of the spouses if they remarried or something like that, can be. But those gonna have priority, those that already have their own 2 children. Only if there is no one better, and then they can get young couples that will adopt 8 children. We're also going to include on this Google survey those that are willing to have a total of 8 children and teens, a total, and young adults. So they will have more points over others. And of course, those that already adopted gonna have more points over those that did not adopt yet. Okay? And have a total of 8. I already said a few things here that does not belong to this video, but for the people that are helping to do the department handbooks, to already gather these details for the Google survey. That's why I already. So you already know, and people that will be helping will know as well. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for your work, for your participation, for your enthusiasm and happiness doing this. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. The other thing is that always have this meeting in an area outside, right? If it's not raining, outside with a camera. Always have those videos recorded, because afterwards we're going to download these videos on the Peace app. And for now, you're going to be saving at your email. But don't save as a draft. Save as sending. Already sent to everyone that came to that meeting. So you have proof and everyone else have proof of that video. If needed, you already can place the video on YouTube. Okay? So you have... if you don't have another way, that's another way you can do. Save it there, send to everyone the link, because then they will already have the copy. Make sure, if you have in a camera, wall camera, or have someone recording, okay, on their cell phones. The other thing you can do is start talking. For example, the owner or the principal of that school can already start talking to a person, another, as soon as the letter is sent out, people are motivated to be talking to each other. Oh, did you see that video? It's posted by the organization, talk about this and that. Are you ready for this and that? Did you see that video? Or you have 4 videos to see, or you have 2 mandatory videos, or you have 8 mandatory videos. So mandatory, no, but part of your department. Did you check them? So it's important for people to be talking to each other. Oh, I saw you have your name, You can even have a sign up at the front desk, for example, for interested people. or you can put at the Google survey, who is coming, who is interested, or you can also do the link for meeting. The meeting little short answer for participation. So people can already answer yes or no, to be simple and objective. If that teachers have something to add, for example, they're moving out, so they don't have to come to that meeting. But if they have something to add, for example, they were in charge of the community gardens until that moment, or they were in charge, they were the school sheriff until that moment, or if something really important, they can join the meeting to add something, right? Positive information. But if they were moving and they were not doing anything anyway, so why they would come? They they have to answer that they are not coming. But of course you have to send to everyone. If you send to one teacher, send to all teachers. If you send to one volunteer, send to all volunteers. To be fair to everyone, so everyone will know what's going on. For everyone that it's applying to be a department director, now that they're interested, they have to bring their paperwork at the meeting day. Marriage certificate, they're going to tell you which one, okay? So in order. So documents needed for couples that are applying to be department directors are the following. Number 1, marriage certificate, official marriage certificate. If it's from another country, they already need proper official translation, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is the country ID and the number, like United States is Social Security number. Every country have their own, okay? For those that are legal citizens, have priority over others. Why is that? Because everyone gonna apply at the end, and they're gonna be invited or moving because they want and have enough points. They deserve to choose the location they're gonna move to. That's okay. But right now, until a day before the organization launching day, those with citizenship have priority. And of course, they need to bring proof if they were not born there. If they were born there, they need to bring birth certificates. All children, birth certificate. Children and young teens, they need birth certificate. And for all teens, 18 years old and older, they need as well a school ID if they have a proper number, or the county ID, whichever, it's more official, seems more official according to the country you live, okay? Because we want to make it sustainable. So the documentation, as soon as they have birth certificate, that's fine. Okay, that's the most important for the couples and for those children, teens and young adults that live with them. And they also need to bring any document, can be the ID or birth certificate, any document from parents living with them. So they can apply everything to the person in charge. It can be the owner, the person that they will send this paperwork by email and show the originals at the meeting day. Okay, so number 4 is the diploma. What's a diploma? The diploma certificate, the highest certificate they got, according to the area, because some places in some countries people don't even went to university, but on some, everyone, it's a university, for example, teachers or school teachers. So they need a copy of the highest diploma they have. Proof of address. Okay, that's very important. Of course, those that already live close by or can move quickly in that week, right, have priority over those that still live far away or in another city or in another county using cars to go to school. So they're gonna have priority, okay? The proof of address can be the deed if they own their homes, or can be a rental contract, electricity bill, water bill, official things, not internet, because internet in some countries is a real mess. They're not really organized, and so we want to be based on what is most basic. It's electricity and water. Okay, also on the Google survey, gonna be if they have cars or not. Those without cars are already, everything that's about the organization, what they already applying to their lives, they're gonna have priority over others. So if they already walk to work or bike to work or use urban bus, they have priority over those that still using family cars. Or the ones that have family cars, go quick and sell or give to a recycle center so they can have that point. Income, that's very important. If they work at that site or if they're volunteer of that site, we don't want people that are suffering with money, don't have the basics, don't have food. People cannot help if they don't have the basics for themselves. They have to be established themselves. So you're gonna ask the owner or the principal of that school, for example. We will ask for pay stubs, and also they can ask for bank statements. Those two things to prove they're okay, right? And let's check, let's do for the last 2 months. I think that's sustainable, right? For the last 2 months. They have enough, they're okay, all right, they can volunteer. Also, people that are not healthy, they cannot be the one, right? If they have any health problems, they need to take care of themselves first. But if something minor, then it's okay. But if it's something major, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or mental problem, if it's something real minor, that's fine, because they're gonna be better soon. But if something really, like a physical situation, they cannot be the one. All right. So in case you don't have to put a person there. Just have 2 assistants and someone gonna show up. I think that's the best way. We don't have a department director for that area yet. And you can already place at your website of your educational site or at your public park, for example, or business, right? The department directors that still need. I think that will be really great. Okay? So this way, you're going to have a proper people that are arriving to a location or looking for a location. They're gonna have schools on that city. Gonna come, right? Many websites there when they do the Google search, right? Oh, look, that school need this or that department director. So that person gonna apply for that position from the place they are, already send paperwork, already send their grades, reference letter, okay? Need 4, everyone need 4 reference letter. Okay, so that's the number 6, and number 7, 4 reference letter. Okay, so just to be really clear, we're gonna have 2 assistants and not a department director. Okay? All right, and place the positions available as department director. As assistant, you can get someone that's already there. But for the department director, people that gonna apply for that position. Okay, number 8. People that are capable for that, if they already demonstrate somehow good values for that position. For example, not putting a security guard there with someone that you don't know who they are, never saw their family, they were not married, right? You need people that you really trust. That's the main thing for a security guard. For example, community gardens. Let's go back to that. In agroforce, you're gonna get someone that you already have, or a new person that knows the most about that region. If they're coming from another country, but they're knowledgeable, they really study that, they prove that, that's fine. Okay, because that's the most important thing is for the person to know about climate, about soil, or how to make good soils, and and how to do natural pesticides, natural herbicides, how to work with biodiverse environment instead of using even natural pesticides and natural herbicides and things like that. For social work, you're gonna choose the ones that's most kind. Who is the person from the community? Maybe not from your site yet. You can already invite. So it might be someone very simple, but the main thing for the social work is to be kind, to see how people are. Of course, need to be kind and communicative. That knows the people in that area, right? So you're gonna see for each department which is the most appropriate person for that area, because you're gonna have one main Google survey, but how many points they got on each? For example, for Department 1, the Clean Water and Peace Organization, you're gonna get the person that was already eating organic food for many years, composting, taking care of water, or taking care of the plants, or being a leader for positive practices, right? So that's the person you're going to invite. And also other people can apply, and at the end, if needed, people are going to vote. Okay? So you get the points. Oh, no, sorry, no vote. No vote, sorry. Gonna get the points, the most points, as I'm explaining here. Because the Google survey is the general points. All right, so each person applying for each position, how many points you got for that position? 100, 200, so that's what's gonna count. Okay? And for reference ladder, it's for people that are already there, that you already know for years, and also for people that are moving in. This reference ladder gonna have a few words of that the person is, and have an email, telephone, WhatsApp. It needs to have a WhatsApp telephone number and email. So, and then the person in charge of the meeting leader, right? Gonna send invitation, gonna lead the meeting. Gonna send an email right away to that person that gave the reference letter to confirm, all right? And right away give a phone call. So you're ready for the meeting. For everyone that's applying, do you have that? Call those 4 people for each one, okay? Of course, you can focus on the people that you think gonna, the 2 most important that you think gonna win the most. Have a great day. So this is very important, right? Get the WhatsApp and call right away. 2 minutes phone call. And then after, you're gonna ask more details, but do it right away to make sure everything that says, you're gonna check there. The reference letter needs to be written in bullet points, objective points. That's the way we are saying, the organization way, the new way, objective points. How is that? Because you don't want those letters that are, huge, saying huge things about the person, and then you're going to check. There's nothing there, not much in there, I mean. Okay, they have to be true and check for each item. So, in objective points, okay, this person has been working that area with a specialization, this and that, teaching or volunteering or whatever, okay? All right. I think up to 4 main objective points, I think that's plenty. Okay, 4 or 5, no more. Okay, objective points for what the position is asking, the most as possible, of course. If it's a security guard, okay, I work on this security company for that amount of years on this city. Here are the people I work for, okay? The owner of the security company, the manager of the security company, the one co-worker. Look, I've been working with this person for that amount of years. That can count. If it's a little bit, does not count, but if it's a lot, counts. A co-worker. What else? So the owner, the manager, the director, and a co-worker. Okay? All right. If the person was working at a house, a security of a house, so how that person was employed with this and that, and the owners of that house, of course. All right? Adults of that house, and who was paying for that person. And any proof, in case it was a house, a security of a house, needs some picture, something, a proof, or payroll, pay statements, right, for that amount of time, or online banking can also go, because some people do straight online deposit, right? So you need proof, or taxes for most years as possible, because it's going to be a security, right? At least 5 years for sure. Okay? All right, so depending on the position, we are going to get all this organized for you. But while we're still getting organized, you're going to follow these instructions the best as possible. So you can have proof in all the departments according to what they are. Young couples with children until 3 years old, they cannot have any position. Children, the youngest, need to be 4 years old by the organization launching day. So let's say until April, needs to be 4 years old until April 2022. Okay? I think that's a good number to be established. You also need, for example, for the Department of Education, right? You need, you're going to get a teacher there, right? So you need a family that have good transcript grades, right? So you're gonna get for other departments, maybe that's not the most important thing, but for the Department 1, the Clean Water and Peace Organization, and for the Department of Education, that's the priority. It's for their children, teens, young adults, and for themselves to have great grades, right? Depending on the site you are at. If a residential community is very different than in a rural area, for example. It's very different than if you are applying for the same position, right? These two positions in a university, for example. Okay, so you're gonna get the most and everything from the whole family. Get the most. We'll count the most those that have more diplomas, of course, and better scores. Another example for the Department of Health. Oh, that person needs to be really healthy. And how is that? No diabetes, no cholesterol, nothing of those things. Be running every day, because we cannot be healthy if we are not running, working out with consistency along the week. We can even accept people that were really doing properly 3 times or 4 times a week. We can do that, okay? If they were going to the gyms and not outside, that's fine. But if they took care of that and they were eating organics, because that's part of health, you know, health we have and health for the planet, okay? And also for the Department 1, you know, the Clean Water and Peace Organization, you need someone that's really, really healthy. Everyone needs to be healthy, okay? Everyone. They need to pass the two clear exams. The clear exams, everyone needs to pass that. Okay, the clear exams are for dental and for a doctor. So for a doctor, includes the blood test, urine, the drug test, everything else already said. Okay? Oh, and also for the ophthalmologist test, we need a clear exam on that too. So 4 things, right? The regular checkup, doctor checkup, the drug test, dentist checkup, and the ophthalmologist checkup. Okay, so if the person did not get the clear statement yet, but gonna have some of it, they bring what they already have. And of course it counts the person that have the most. Okay, and the most important, of course, that's diabetes, cholesterol, basic things like that. And for dental, if they didn't complete their needs, but if they already made an agreement with the dentist and they already paid or paid part of what was agreed, the importance to have that extra piece of paper, like not a contract, but an agreement, right, between the doctor and the patient, the dentist and the patient, I mean. For all departments, you're going to have the ones that were most sustainable in that area, because we know in some countries people lack of information, really, really bad, right? So for them, if a salad look good. They have no idea because they were not offered opportunities to really know what organic is, not harming the environment is. So you're gonna get the best according to the area, according to the site you are, according to the knowledge people of that area have. Of course, you're gonna do the best decision as possible, right? So you can cover up these places as soon as possible. If you know someone, or if someone there, for example, from educational site in a school somewhere, you don't have the department director for this or that, but or someone there knows someone that's really awesome in another city or another country, you can invite. Send proper paperwork, ask the person if they're interested, they can move to that location. Okay? All right, you can do that too. So they can get their visa, if visa is still needed, and so they can move as soon as possible for them to be at the location. They're gonna be at the organization launching day. This is mandatory. At the organization launching day, we need, until the day before actually, we need all those 2 positions for every department to be filled up. The 2 couples for each, the department director and the assistant. For everyone, you have to decide as soon as possible, now in April, as soon as possible, because we don't know when the organization launching day will be, right? We're gonna say maybe a day or 2 days before, but then you cannot do everything 1 or 2 days. You can do a few things, yes, you can. Right? But the best as possible, already make those phone calls, already ask the person if they want to assume that position, okay, already help that person to move wherever is needed, right? They don't need much. You get new furniture at your location, but you need the proper, people can bring their documents, that's the most important, and also their the basic clothes or something. So you're gonna help if they need money moving, a few backpacks, or what they need. Rent a car. What's the most sustainable and fast? Get it done. Okay, an airplane ticket. Get it done so you have that person there. If the person gives all the paperwork, all the proofs, the best as possible, according to your location. Okay, the other thing are taxes. Okay, we really need from everyone, the department directors and the assistant, taxes from the last 5 years. Okay, if the person really didn't get the 5 years, at least for the last 2, find a way. They can go online, they can go to the site of their own county. They can go to places and try to get at least the most important pages, that 4 or 5 pages, okay, at least for the last 2 years. So they need to complete 2021 taxes. Why is that? First, to see how the person was, you already asked the items. Because maybe the person didn't do something that we cannot judge. Oh, you didn't do that in your taxes. How happened? Because you got this and you got that. And then the person gonna say, because I was doing, I didn't get the proof, or I didn't get the proper value for that, or I didn't get, these things might happen. You cannot take the credit of the person because of little things. You can ask, and it's very important for everyone to be really honest. Okay, I work a few days, but I didn't say that because I didn't have any proof I work on that place, with or without proper paperwork done, right? The other thing that might happen is that, for example, people that got information from another country, sometimes hard, even online, for you to put this information. The other detail can happen if the person pays someone else to do the taxes. So that is also like, oh, sorry, I have no idea. I paid someone, always pay, always worked, and I have no idea I was missing this or that item. Okay? All right, but have it, whichever the person did, have a copy of at least 5 pages of those 2 years of taxes, 20 and 2021. And you're also gonna ask for local and background check. Of course, the person moving from another place, they're gonna do at their own place before they move. Make sure you ask them for local and national background check before they move. Okay? Everything needs to be sent in one email. Everything. Make sure, because it's going to be easy for you to check instead of send a bit here, a bit there. You want the position? Yes. You think you can have everything is asked on this video here? Send this link to them until we have a new one. Yes. Okay, go ahead, do it, and send me everything in one email. Okay? All right. And then you make an agreement. How many days you think you can complete all that? All right, 8 days, 10 days. Do it fast. 5 days, 4 days. All right, get it done. Also, what it really counts, it's even that the person is capable to assume a position, but was not working on that area before. It's okay. Count the place that the person was working. Oh, how many years you worked there? Oh, with consistency. Okay, so for example, a person was an elementary teacher, but didn't ever even think to teach at the middle school or high school, but have a great academic learn in an official licensed university. Okay, attend and in person as well, not only online. All these details, you're gonna do the best you can. All right, so where that person worked, that reference letter also counts. And in the same way, the owner, the principal of that school, one co-worker, the most graduated person of that school the person is coming from. Okay, so other examples, also for electricity, for plumbing, for solar panel installation, so the person in charge of construction, what do you need the most at your site? It's an engineer to make all the plans and make sure this new location, this new construction gonna be really good, or it's a builder that good in remodeling. So you have to see for each department what you need the most, because what's past is done, is what you need the most now, from now on. Okay, so if you already have agroforestry planted, gardens planted, or if you have none, so you have to see who is the best person, because it's not for construction, it's not always an engineer, depending on what that area is, or even a builder. All right, a builder that study and have a lot of experience. If it's a state park, you just need an office there, nothing else. Right? Some bathrooms, an office, so you can pay someone, get it done. That's not the priority. So you're going to see what is the priority of each department for that area. And the other thing, if you are the meeting leader, that knows the best about this person, but moving after to another location. So you're going to complete that part. You're going to get everyone on the best of your standards. Then you're going to make one statement letter. Okay? You're going to make a statement letter. I was chosen, or I announced myself, right, to be the meeting leader and also the person with the choosing the department directors with agreement of the other staff members, right? Participating staff members at this meeting, this and that, because, and then you're gonna say if you were chosen, or if you were nominating yourself in case you're an owner or a principal of the school or director of a place. Okay, because I've been working here for that amount of years, or sometimes not even the amount of years that count, but I'm very communicative, and I talk to people, I know a little bit about everyone. So you're gonna send this statement letter, all right? And your spouse gonna sign as well, even that the spouse was not part of that site, but gonna sign as well. And you're gonna choose the most higher person to sign after you. That can be the owner of that place, all right? Or the principal, or the school dean. Now we are calling only school principals, university principals, not university deans or high school deans anymore. Okay, so you have these 4 signatures, right? Yourself, your spouse, and the highest person of that location, being a restaurant or a hotel, right? And the spouse. Okay, so you have 4 signatures. Make sure you have 4 originals, 1 for each, as I said before. And stamp. The stamp's going to be 2 stamps that are the highest stamps of that location. Of course, if it was a tiny restaurant in the middle of nowhere, but gonna be a new land there, for example, so that's okay, use what you have. If you did not have any, just write it down. We do not have any stamp, okay? And then you just do fingerprint for you and fingerprint for everyone else in front of your signature, okay? So you can do your indicator and the middle finger. I think those 2 in front of your signature, okay? Horizontally, so they can fit, all right? So you can do if you don't have a stamp, okay? Actually, you know what? Everyone gonna do a finger print, because we are starting to practice for future days, right? For the organization launching day we're gonna need, so let's start practicing. So get the most, if you don't have yet, if you have, you use what you have, the ink for the fingerprint. But if you do not have, search up online, see how you can do a natural one until we are selling. Don't buy the chemical one, because unless you have really many people, okay? But I think that's not needed, because we are ready, almost launching day and getting ready sustainable practice. So see plants or something, how you can do the most natural way as possible, okay? And put it there. So everyone at all those reports for the report books gonna be signed. So you have indicator, middle finger, both, just the dot, right? That main dot there, not long ways, because for now we don't need, okay? Just the dot, very well done. You move the fingers around a little bit, back and forth. So to repeat, sorry, I broke up. To move a little bit back and forward, right? And sideways, side to side a little bit. So it's not a tiny dot, but a little larger dot that still fits about more or less on that line, not too far away. And the spouse that's gonna be doing the same on the bottom, don't do right under it, a little bit on the side, because the dot gonna pass the lines a little bit, okay? So each person, one can do a little bit on the left, the spouse a little bit on the right, one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, a little bit like that. Actually, the other way around. The main person gonna do a little bit on the right, and the spouse gonna be doing a little bit on the left. Okay, so we can keep going like that, so the fingerprint's gonna fit well. All right, so that will be great. I think we're ready. Okay, so now a few words for the city, county, state, and national government leaders. Okay, we're going to have a separate video to explain how that will be done. Okay, because that will be a little different than this way we're doing for all the 10 department directors. Also for the city office, because the city office do have 10 department directors, right? So we're gonna explain those two things separate videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Let's start working. Do really the best you can, and have this letter really complete, 2 pages or so. Don't pass 2 pages, because then I think it's too much. So you're gonna say, oh, I worked this, I was chosen, I done that and that, and then you're gonna say a few words, a few sentences about each. I chose this department direct because this and that. I chose that because this and that. I chose this other one because this and that. All right? So just for basic information, in case in the future anyone needs to know. You have 4 copies, right? One for yourself always. For 10, 20 years from now, it's yours. One for the official city office, right? One for the people that are assuming the position, the new department directors that you're choosing, right? According to their points. The best possible. Focus on those points of the Google survey. I think for the owners, right, of that location, or the person that most worked for that location, I think they deserve that. Right, maybe it was a make it special, take pictures, right, when you're handing them, and also write the day you turn in to the city office. All right, because those things gonna be asked afterwards, right, for you, not for you anymore, but for future people to have the records. All right, the other thing that's very important, it's in case you're moving to another county, another state, or another country, okay? So you won't be able to turn into the official city office, because they're gonna open only at the organization launching day. So what you're gonna do? Give to the person you have most trust, okay? It can be the Clean Water and Peace Organization Director or the Security Director. You're going to choose one of those 10 couples. You're going to give to them. And of course, after the organization launching day, you're going to call them and say, when did you do it? And then you're going to make a note on your original. The couple, this and that, turn in on this and that. Okay? And you can even call the city office after a few days, not right in the beginning, because they're going to be really busy, but after, to make sure that paperwork was filed. Okay, my friends, so I think now we're really done. I've said many other things, but because once we're already talking about that would be on a future in separate videos. But just for us to have records, so when we are typing, we already have all this information for each department. All right, thank you so much. Good luck, have many positive days, and good luck to you, to your position as well, right? In case you are being one of those department directors, can be as well, right? Okay, so or moving to even a better opportunity, that's good too. Okay, take care. Have a great work and a very positive, productive day. Take care. Okay, the other thing that we're going to include at this survey is the hours, volunteer hours the person did before. So, the person's not just centered on themselves, because everywhere in the whole planet there are positions for people to help, right? Also how polite, respectful their words or their practices, also how respectful are their dress code, that they were using along the years, and general practices to talk to each other, they were communicative. All this gonna count at our Google survey. Also, for consistency on their previous job, they were always on time, or most of the days. If they didn't miss work, all this gonna count at the survey as well. Because some people, they miss too much work, they're sick all the time, or they say they're sick all the time just because they get benefits. No, we need people that had commitment with their previous work, right? Or their previous volunteer, or with their own family, right? And themselves. So all these details, you're going to do really the best you can. All right? Okay, so please check. If you're ready for your meeting, you need to do it soon. So get those items and please follow our guidelines for conference attendees. And if we don't have the new one ready yet. Okay? All right, and hopefully gonna have the new one online available soon for everyone as soon as possible. All right, thank you. Have a great day. And for the other thing, please don't judge the headquarters or their family members in any way. We're just doing really the best we can, with everything we have to do, and the best as possible. So, even that sometimes I repeat sentences or for everything else, okay? Or add things, that could be done another video, because we don't have much time. So we just want to have it available for those that are coming to help us out and have all the information needed, with the volunteers that are gonna help, right? The headquarters assistant teams. Okay? All right. Thank you for your comprehension and cooperation. Have a great day. And also, please don't judge when I say bye and then I add one more thing, and then I say bye again and add one more thing. All right? Okay. So for the people that are doing this Google survey, you can also include like practices on a way, like type of music the people heard, like to hear before, and so we have best idea in everything they're doing. Also, like if they were married but they have low cleavage at work, or if they were respectful, or in case they were single, appropriate according to what they were, the position they were before, right? So even that was something like tight clothes, for example. If it's too tight, that's really not good. But if it was kind of, a little respectful, that is okay, because we can't have everyone to have what we're already offering now, but according to, what's these details. And we can even add some details for all those questions. Okay, so people that are answering them gonna have many options for them to choose the best option and get their points, of course, and see the ones that got most points. All right, thank you. Now I guess I'm done. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Okay, the other thing that is very important for all department directors and also their assistants to do is to send you, the meeting leader, 2 or 4 minutes of their basic information. So they can add all those basic things, but talking to the camera, and they can show their family. They can add a little, a few seconds imaging with one another. Oh, this is my spouse, and show the spouse. This is my children, teens. These are my teens. Okay? Because this is gonna also show you an idea how they express themselves, and to keep as a record, because maybe you already know them a lot. Or maybe that person is the one that's in another state or another country applying for the position. Okay, but it's also important for us to have records for the people that are going to continue with that work in case you move into another place. Okay? Alright, so everyone will send about 4 minutes video with their basics. So this is the front of our house, or this is our garden. It's important for them. This is our community, and they just show around, a few seconds each, just they pass their camera from left to the right, pass the camera. Or this is the park, we're here today, Sunday, April something. Or if they have a spring break, they can say the day, or that they're there at that park. Okay, so we can have one more proof of what that person practice is. The other thing that you're gonna ask on your letter, and also gonna say on this, you're gonna ask on a letter, please come dress according to the organization dress code. So everyone should already come dress respectfully, okay? Because that's a very special meeting. And the other thing, take pictures of the meeting. If one person is recording the whole meeting, that's going to be attached, be sent to the organization Peace app as soon as the organization is launched. But we also need pictures. So take 8 or 10 pictures. I think that's appropriate for everyone. Okay? So pictures, and you can also have a meal. If it's early in the morning, you can have some fruits, some nuts available, or a lunch afterwards to celebrate. I think those things are very special and can be done easily. And can be in a potluck way, or you can purchase everything at once, whichever is the best and easier. Okay, so not one person going to be working, but everyone going to be helping together. You also can put on a letter if you want to help on a preparation of the potluck lunch, please, or dinner, right, early dinner, please arrive an hour earlier or something like that. And you can say, please bring, and have a person to check what each person is bringing, so you don't have many repeats of that same food item. Okay, I think that would be really special, to celebrate. And then you can say special words at the beginning, sing a song of the organization or two, and at the end the same way, sing a song, one or two. And you're also going to say some words in gratitude to God and nature in the beginning of the meeting, and also at the end for those people, and ask God to guide them, to guard and to guide them, and for them also to always be responsible for everything they do, because that also counts, and have their good practices. Okay? Alright, so you can say, because those words going to be recorded, and for sure they're going to remember really well what you were saying to them. Okay? Alright, thank you.